crashing all around us. Every dream has left all of us. People are waking up to our broken dreams. Hell, most of us feel like giving up. A rainy mist is following me. Life's Cinderella's dream, so remote from me. Today all I see is a broken dream. Everyone's living a broken dream. Everyone's falling apart at the seams. And what's going down? Politicians talking crap. Desolation all around. You couldn't make this up. Prices going up, wages frozen. I ain't joking. A dying town. I ain't making this up. Seriously, no let up. All hope long gone. No turning this around. Grin is broken. Advisors should shut up. Somehow we're all suffering. I ain't joking, yeah, I'm thunderstruck. Everyone's candle's still burning. Everybody's silently searching. People are waking up to a broken dream. Everyone's candle's still burning. Everybody's silently searching. People are waking up to a broken dream. Today all I see is a broken dream. Everyone's living a broken dream. Everyone's falling apart at the seams. What's going down? Politicians talking crap. Desolation all around. You couldn't make this up. Prices going up, wages frozen. I ain't joking. A dying town. I ain't making this up. Seriously, no let up. All hope long gone. No turning this around. Britain is broken. Advisors should shut up. Somehow we're all suffering. I ain't joking, yeah, I'm thunderstruck. Everyone's candle's still burning. Everybody's silently searching. People are waking up to a broken dream.
Just looking for a taxi number, John. But we've only got the Egyptian taxis that Tutankhamun. Hello, good day, kia ora, and welcome back to the podcast, Dads. My wife drew on her eyebrows, but she drew them on up high. She looked surprised.
You would do.
Oh, where's that taxi number?
Taxi!
Sponsor today is Refresh Renovations Waikato. We are the design and build specialists in the Waikato. If you're looking to build an extension, garage conversion, kitchens and bathrooms, and anything construction, give us a call, link in the description. And from January to July, we're doing a win where you can win return flights to Australia flying from Hamilton Airport with Jetstar. And it's a 1 in 5 chance of winning, so get your names down. Terms and conditions do apply.
Perfect.
So John, let's talk about today's topic.
Today's topic is the importance of forgiveness and letting go to try and heal yourself and move on in life. Because when you're holding on to things in life, it's damaging yourself, your own mental well-being, and it's holding you back and from moving forward in life and reaching your potential. And I've done it for years, just holding on to things and no understanding why people do what they do and why things happened. But it's about finding that forgiveness and understanding.
But that's why we do the podcast, isn't it? Because again, we're on a journey for ourselves to understand that these decisions that were made in the past and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, exactly, because as you said, that this podcast is for us as well as helping others. It's your journey as well, you know. It is also important to kind of like process the anger and a lot of times disappointment, like you're faced through in life, and realising it isn't your fault. Sometimes it isn't anybody's fault, but you need to try and get past that anger and as I said, kind of the disappointment to heal. You need to heal, and a part of that is letting go and forgiving. Something that held me back, because that's one thing I struggle with my mental health, because I held on to things for a long time and it held me back, Mark. It subdued me. It kind of like made me feel like I wasn't doing right things right and stuff like that, and I was second guessing myself and
so you want to talk about a couple of things that you held on to that, and then the reason why you managed to eventually let go?
Just no understanding certain situations and how I do things differently as a parent, especially as a parent. I mean, like, but again, it's about learning, isn't it? And sometimes you need to experience these things to realise.
But I'll come back to we grew up in a dysfunctional family. So therefore, we're trying to make a difference. We're trying to change because we didn't think or believe that how we grew up was the way it should have happened. So we're trying to change how we do things. And you can only base that on the knowledge that you have. And if you haven't really seen how that happens, then you don't really know. So you're kind of making up as you go along, you know what I mean? And again, that comes back to that little waterfall effect is you're just trying to create the water. So you're just, again, as we go on, sometimes we have to make up as you go along, so.
Because I get it, there isn't a handbook in life. I mean, you do kind of need to roll with the punches a wee bit, and so the stuff I was holding on to was just how I was treated as a young girl and stuff like that, and no understanding why. And sometimes we can't understand why. We weren't making the decisions. I mean, the decisions were being made for us. I mean, and we don't actually know the reasons why. Like sometimes it looks very obvious, but I've no evidence black and white, Mark. Do you know what I mean? And
No, that's it. But even a stressful environment can create that as well. You know, like I've seen that as well in a stressful environment where something that looks very simple, like it's like a light switch. Everybody knows how to use one. You just press the button and the lights come on. But something so obvious can be so difficult, and when you're stressed, and you know, like last night, or it was the night before, I was like, you know, I've got an iPhone, so I've mainly Apple products, but like the new Apple chargers are terrible. Like I can't get my phone to charge, so I do this. I tap the screen. I keep doing it until it eventually charges.
right.
But I plugged it in and, you know, and I tapped it and I'm like, oh, it's not charging. I tapped it and I started knocking it and, oh, come on, man. And then I'm like, that's it. And I'm banging it off the table and I'm like, this thing's not charging. Stupid charger. I blamed the charger and I forgot that I hadn't even switched on it at all.
So something that was simple again was a bit stressful because it was a crazy decision because you're getting a bit stressed. No, you're right, and people's tolerance to stress is different as well, Mark. I mean, people can handle with certain situations, but the more stressful it gets, the more you do maybe not make the right decision. Well, you're making a decision because you need to at the time, and it may not have been the right one. Do you know what I mean? And I feel that's where it was with my childhood in my life, and that again we talk about it all the time. It's that learning behaviour and try to understand. Because sometimes, Mark, it's not always the words, it's the actions. And I mean, I find that in life as well. Like, I try to look at people's actions and why they're doing things, because you can't go back in the words. The actions was what you remember. Because there's a good saying, and it was McCoist that said it. It's like, people don't remember what you say, people don't remember what you do, but people remember how you make them feel. And I love that saying, because like, and that's what I try to live to do. I try and make people feel good and stuff like that, because again, maybe something that I didn't always feel that was good enough.
How did Alan McCoist make you feel?
Emotional. It was doing the speech at Walter Smith's funeral. I know it got me, because it did. It made you realise about yourself, about how certain people made you feel. Do you know what I mean? Because again, maybe they didn't mean it. It's not meant to come across and make you feel like that, because feelings as an emotion. You feel what you feel, and how you've been brought up and how you deal with certain emotions. I mean, you feel what you feel, and for me, I held on to kind of stuff, how I was made to feel and not feel good enough and that kind of stuff. But again, it was all down to maybe my parents dealing with stressful situations and just trying to make decisions, and which wasn't right, and I get affected by it. You know what I mean? But I'm learning to forgive and understand about what went on, because I don't think there was any badness ever meant in it. There was no malice meant in what went on in my life. I just felt like it was, they were dealing with it, and unfortunately I was part of that. I was involved in it. So I've learned about the to forgive and stuff like that, and let it go, and just no hold on to things, because it holds me back, you know.
So would you forgive in any circumstances, or certain things that you wouldn't forgive? Or?
I think it comes down to the relationship. Do you know what I mean? It comes down to, like, as you get older, you realise that your time's important. We talked about that. Do you know what I mean? And I like that term, forgive, but don't forget. Do you know what I mean? You can forgive, and I think that's where it comes in here. When you're forgiving, it's for that personal thing. That's it. It's done. But sometimes you can't forget. You know. I think that's kind of actually where I am. Actually, you can forgive, but you can't forget. You know what I mean? But it comes down to the kind of relationship you've got with a person as well, and how much, like, there's got to be a want. It's not just a need. I mean, it's got to be a want there, and aye. What about yourself?
Well, forgiveness is a two-way street as well, though. Like, we'll probably make this another episode, but there's certain things that I can't forget. I forgive, and I'll talk about it on the next episode. But like, I was asked to forgive my brother for something. Well, not forgive him. I was asked to make up with him and start talking to him, but I'll never do it. You know, like, there's that. I can't forgive what he's did, and I can't forgive the lies that he's told.
Yeah.
And like, when I talk about my mum as well, my mum made a choice, but he's made choices as well. He made a choice to do what he did, but he also made a choice to lie about it and continue lying about it. And the thing is the truth always comes out, John.
Always.
The truth always comes out. And you can only give forgiveness once you realise that you've did something wrong and say, look, I actually did, and I can apologise, and then
Put your hands
you
up.
can forgive then. But you just can't forgive that if they're not prepared to accept that they did something wrong.
Aye.
And that's how in that instance, I can't forgive until such time as they actually accept what they did.
There needs to be a bit of remorse. You need to be able to feel that they're actually meaning it, and it's not just to gain a benefit for them. Do you know what I mean? It needs to be actually heartfelt. And see, the thing is, Mark, see when people admit they've done something wrong, because they hold on to it as well. It's something to eat at them as well. Maybe not this to the same level, because some people don't. Some people can just go on with it and as if it never happened. But for the other person, it needs to be it needs to kind of be genuine and for themselves, you know. But no, and I can understand that as well. There is some things that just there is unforgivable. Do you know what I mean? And because it's not healthy for anybody, like to actually to go back there. Do you know what I mean? But for me, like a good way for like me kind of to get on my forgiveness was I actually had some therapy as well. I went and seen some counsellors and stuff like that, and they kind of give you advice as well and talk you through, like, obviously, like, things are done different now and generationally, and things were done differently then. Do you know what I mean? And but we do live in a different world now. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, every generation is different as well, so we have to try and understand that and accept that as well. And
Another thing as well is talking about it to a friend as well. Talking about it on a podcast. Do you know
that's
what I
it.
mean?
Right, talk about it to hundreds of people.
But no, you need to find a way to. Not obviously, like we spoke about, not always, but you need to find it, because like holding on to stuff, it eats you up. I mean, especially because like when there's love there. I mean, and the greatest love is one for yourself. Do you know what I mean? And being able to move on and forgive, and because, as I said, it eats you up and that, and it holds you back, and you don't want to do that. I mean, you want to, because see the people that get affected by that is the ones you love, because they can see it in you as well. I mean, and they start to feel it after you as well, and it's not nice for them as well. So if you're doing it for that reason as well, doing it for yourself, so you can be the best version of yourself for your family, so you can break that cycle, you can break the chain, and you can make a difference. You know what I mean? Aye, but it is forgiveness is a personal thing. You know what I mean, and if you can manage to find that forgiveness, it can bring a bit of peace and closure.
But that's it again. You got to talk about it, haven't we? You got to talk about it, and sometimes the cold hard facts is, the only way you can fix something is if you know what the problem is. So again, you got to talk about it, and then you got to understand that maybe you did do something wrong or whatever, or
Definitely, 100%.
and then we can then start on that path of forgiveness, and because we all make mistakes, you know what I mean. We all definitely make mistakes, and we're all learning as we go. And
definitely, and sometimes, as much as it doesn't seem at the time, the mistakes can actually help. I mean, they can actually start to understand each other in the relationship and stuff like that. You can start to go like, right, that's not working. We need to work on that. Do you know what I mean? And as I said, like as you said, you need to talk. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest killer of relationships. Is the communication side of things, and not being able to talk and holding things back, and before you know it, like, it might not affect you at the time, but further down the line, it's going to catch up with you. I mean.
But like I'll try and put this the best way I can put it. But like life's almost like a game of football, and it's the tactics. There is tactics of life, and there's tactics of business as well. And so what you spoke about a minute ago is like you can either attack something, so you can either be an attacker or defensive. So you can either play all out attack or all out defence. But when we talk about business, right? So like I own a business, and when we go and talk, like we have a conference every year, and we go to conference, but in conference they want to talk about all the good stuff. But everyone's got a different formation and a different strategy. And I know that the things that I look for is where businesses failed, because their failures will help me Because if you can understand how a business failed, you can then protect yourself against it.
I don't make the same mistakes.
Instead of, like, we talk about the lovey-dovey stuff, and we signed up $1 million job, or we signed up this big job, and or we signed up 10 jobs, and that's good, and it is good to talk about. It's good to hear the good luck stories and stuff like that. But for my business, I want to be able to know what can go wrong as well, because that is critically
That's how you
important to
protect
save you.
yourself.
And that's where my strategy is different. Is I do a defensive strategy, and I look at how I protect my business, and I then protect it by looking at where other businesses have gone wrong. Again, that's learning from the past mistakes. When you make a mistake, you learn from it and you go from there. But if we don't talk about the mistakes, you can't then build from there. And that's what I do. I want to try and get that foundation proper. If I can learn from the mistakes, you make mistakes and you grow from the mistakes. And I want to be the best. I want to have the best renovations company. I want people to say they're fantastic, they're the best. But you will make mistakes. But it's how you recover from the mistakes.
You put them right.
And that's the asking for forgiveness as well. And and like we spoke about it, I'd rather know the truth, because I can deal with the truth. I can fix the truth.
Yep.
Like if you're honest with what you say, then I can fix that. And again, I can ask for the forgiveness if I do something wrong, because we are learning. You're learning all the time. You know what I mean? Every day is a school day for me, John. So.
Definitely, and to be truthful and all, there needs to be courage. I mean, there needs to be like a put your big boy pants on. I mean, and stand up and because sometimes when you do tell the truth, it's not always going to be easy. But as you said, it's how you move forward. I mean, when you're truthful, like in that, and relationships can be built on that. I mean, on the truth. I mean, and knowing that you're coming when you're saying something, it's coming from a place of goodness, and you're wanting it to move forward rather than just try to be pernickety and stuff like that. Because it's no. I mean, it's like it's just it's to improve. But aye, as I said, forgiveness is a first thing. Brings you peace and it brings closure. Definitely. Aye. No, that's it. I'm happy with that. As I said, you can either hold on to the past forever and be stuck there, or else you can say, right, this has happened. What's happened has happened, as they say. I mean, you can't change that. But what you can change is the future. You can learn from the mistakes. In my case, it was the generations before me's mistakes. Because as I said before, and I've said it again, that what I've learned in life is through my parents' mistakes. Listen, we're human. We make mistakes, you know what I mean? And that's alright. But see, the thing is, if you make mistakes, you need to own up to them.
But it's the continuous improvement. Like, everything's got better over generations, and each generation adds their little bit extra onto that and makes that little bit improvement. And like, I don't agree with the EV cars and all that. I feel like that'll come full circle and people are learning that they're not the best.
Right, well, they didn't it, and there's kind of coming.
But like, they had trams in Glasgow and all that, and they get rid of the trams, and now they're looking at ways of electrifying. And you're like, well, why
Full
we came
circle,
full
innit?
circle? So, but like, it's we try and reinvent the wheel all the time and stuff like that. And
so if it's no broken, why fix it? And that's one of the ones, isn't it?
And we ask forgiveness because we've tried to make something better. And
when it was already fine. But no, as I said, like we're human, we make mistakes. We put our hands up and we go, do you know what? I made a mistake there. Because as you said, sometimes you need to put your hands up and say, I was wrong there, and realise that the relationship is more important than the argument. Do you know what I mean? It's like that saying when you ever seen that video when the person says, it's no, I love you more, and the wife's like, no, I love you more, and the guy was like, no, you don't understand, I don't love you more than you love me. He said, I love you more than any argument, I love you than anything that will come between us, I love you more than any of that, nothing is more important than the love. I mean, end of the day, like, we're humans, you know what I mean, and we want to be loved, you know what I mean, or especially for people that we do love, you know what I mean.
But even, you know, like I've had a lot of dealings with older people, and as we get older in age as well, is the good thing about the podcast is we're talking. But the older generation, like, because I used to do a lot of work in the old folks complexes and stuff, and even here I've done, you know, work in aged care facilities and stuff, and they're alone. People need human contact. They need somebody to talk to and stuff, and you know, and like, I remember when I was younger, and you're in, and we used to do the full renos of the aged care facilities, and you're in, and you do the reno, and you're in there, and the old dears try to chew the ear off you. She's gab, 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 and you know, doing the old Isa, gab, 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 and you're like, shut up, man, I'm trying to work here, I'm trying to listen to the radio, but then you're like never said it like that. You obviously try to be polite, but you're then, you know, subconsciously turning the radio up, you know. But it's not until I got a little bit older
I understand.
I appreciated it more, and then I started listening to their stories, because and that's again part of the podcast, and that's how it came about. Is everybody's got a story to tell as well, and
You want to hear them?
and I wanted to hear people's stories, and I used to listen to them, and I'd talk to them about, you know, like their life growing up and where they came from, and you know, and you know, I think that just comes with maturity, doesn't it? Is the fact that you go from wanting to listen to your music to then wanting to actually listen to people's stories and how they got to where they are, and
I think I was a wee bit opposite. I think I've always got on well with older people. I feel like I've always been older than my years mark. Always.
Wayne Rooney's the same.
Love you, Wazza. No, but I've always got on better with older people, and because Mark, as you get older, you start to realise the things that are important. You don't hold on to things, and you know your place, and you know what you're all about, and you don't really tolerate bullshit. I mean, or BS. You know yourself. So I really like that, because I feel like when you could have a conversation with an old person, an older person, and they were listening. I actually got to the point they had to turn the radio up when I was talking.
You're like, can I get a word in? You know?
Aye, and that's one thing I've learned all the years about a conversation. It's a two-way thing. I mean,
That's it. You're talking, and they've turned their ear thing down.
aye.
Sitting there like,
I don't bother me, Bucks. I got to say it again.
out with the falsers, like, I don't need to talk, I don't need these in there.
But no, I always loved the older generation, and I loved hearing their stories, because that's where the wisdom is. Do you know what I mean? As much as all people always think people are old and they're sweet and that kind of stuff, but people have got a past as well, and it's not always good. But see, the thing is, they've got that learning, they've got experience, and they can and they start, because as you get older, Mark, as I say, you start realising what's important. You're not, instead of chasing this all this money and all these material things and all that, when you get older, you start to realise what is important. You know what I mean? And learning that for them as well, because that's why we've got 2 years and 1 move in it to listen. You know what I mean? But no, I always loved talking to the old generation, but I actually could see them going like, oh, gonna shut up. I mean, I've only got maybe 5 years left here. I don't want to spend it listening to you. I mean,
Well, take me now,
heaven.
Can I get my medication now, please?
Johnny. No, aye, because as you get older and all, like, with the forgiveness thing as well, isn't it? Like, as you get older as well, you want that forgive, because you maybe see yourself coming to your end of your days as well, and you're like, you don't want to get to the end of your days and have the regrets. You know what I mean, as well.
Well, that's it. Even like, I remember working with an old guy. I was talking, this conversation came up the other day, but I think his name was, funnily enough, John. But I was working with this old guy, and like a real good character. He's one of the people that was like a real good character, but I was kind of young, I was still an apprentice, and we were working in a burnt out flat in Maryhill. And anyway, he came on the job, so he came on with this other guy, so they two came together, and he came on, and so we had to, as part of the burnt out flat, you know, the apartment, and this man came close.
Aye.
We had to paint I'll call it the close, but the stairs leading
Stairwell.
into the, I don't know what the Kiwis call that, but we call it a close. So we had to paint the close as well. So anyway, we're in and I'm in prepping and stuff, and John comes in with his bag and he puts his bag down and then he disappears, and I'm like, where is he? I've not seen him, and then I can hear the echo and the tunk, tunk, tunk. I'm like, what's he up to? So he's obviously knocked on the neighbour's door. And he goes, oh, look, dear. He said, look, we're working next door. We're going to create noise and mess and all that. He said, look, don't worry about it. We'll keep it as quiet as we can. But he said, I like 2 sugars and milk in my tea. And he said, my bacon has to be crispy. He said, but, you know, I usually take a cup just now. So if you want to put the kettle on. and anyway, I heard the door shut and I thought, has he been murdered or what's happened?
He's shot.
10 minutes later, he came back down with a tray, rolls and sausages. I was like, what are you up to, John? How do you-"
Gift of the
He's
gab,
like, wait, yeah, that's what we... So anyway, John used to heap like, oh, only day from here to here. I don't do anything high, I don't do anything low. I just work from here. And I was like, lazy I'll get, you know what I mean? But it's not until I got older I realised that when you get older, you don't get the flexibility, you can't go up ladders, and I was like, if I understood that, I would have been more up, you know, I'd have been like, aye, no problem, and
I'm more aware of it, and
that's it. And,
but again, it's the experience, isn't it? That's what you learn that all the years, and
yeah.
it's a part of growing older as well. You start to realise, because you think they're just moaning for the sake of it, or
Aye,
my
that's
pains,
it.
but
You
it's
just think,
not.
you just
It's
think,
valid.
being lazy or something like that, and I only work from here to here. I was like, aye. Well, that's, as long as you bring down a tray of rolls, I'm happy.
Not a problem. Aye, can work in it. Just sit down. Actually, I'll get it. No, but
Anyway, he was forgiven for that.
aye,
quickly.
forgive him. Aye, there's still rolling sausage. Forgive that, because that's another thing, isn't it? Talking about rolling sausage, square sausage, yeah, New Zealand.
Oh, I love a square sausage, man.
I miss that, man. London rolls. We have a pie in New Zealand, don't we?
Well, I turned into a pie because of that. I forgive you, Scotland.
Aye, always forgiven. He's my own sausage. No, but I'm happy, Mark. I'm not in if you'd like to add anything. Or anything.
No, that's all right. No, I'm just going to go and get a pie now.
A pie, a piece of pie, your own pie.
Bone pie. It's not even it's not even like a Scotch pie in it. Like, you know, a wee Scotch pie. We used to have a Scotch pie in my roll. You ever do that?
Oh, Mark, I was going to go there, but aye, own pie.
Squash it, man, and
Right in there.
right in there. But you can't really
Brown
do that with
sauce?
pies yet. Or baith. I've done baith. You ever done baith? No.
Oh, man, no. Brown
No.
sauce. Beef together? Or...
Well, no. Well, I was going to tell you a lie there, but no. You can do brown in the bottom and red in the top. And
No, that's just wrong, man. That's sacrilege, man. It's brown sauce and a Scotch pie.
I don't
But
mind
anyway,
that brown sauce,
aye, that's another thing into the delicacies in New Zealand. We kind of do things a wee bit different for us. Well, what we were used to anyway. It's different to us.
Well, when I first came to New Zealand, they did a pie in McDonald's. Have you not seen
An
that?
apple
yet?
pie?
The Georgie pie, it was called. No, it was a pie. They served pies in McDonald's.
The
And
big pie?
I think it was called the Georgie pie. You'd be able to look it up.
I think it looked hard, man, aye.
And I was like, and then that's when I realised again the different cultures, because you think McDonald's is the same everywhere, but then I was like, what's this pie? They sell pies in here.
That's it, man. I associated the McDonald's was a Big Mac. That's all I ever got, a Big Mac. Anywhere I went, it was a Big Mac. But,
Big Mac, quarter pounder,
aye. But no, the
beefy
McPie.
bake.
The beefy bake. At 3:30. No, nah.
A beefy bake, no mistake.
No. But no, thanks. Thanks for watching. And if you'd like us to continue doing what we're doing and hopefully helping you guys, is all we ask for is that like, share, ring that bell for the notifications.
Aye.
And subscribe, aye, of course. Aye.
Subscribe and
You'll get all this magic.
go from there. Aye. Right, anyway, I'll go and get something to eat now. I'm starving.
No. Give us
I'm after.
a catches.
See ya.
People feel betrayed today. All of my enthusiasm has gone astray. Damn old self-interest at play. People feel every institution betrayed us. National debt, you'll never comprehend. Yet somehow politicians will still try to defend. Talk about the peasants feeling insecure. Crushing media coverage, no wonder people feel impure. Damn government lying to all of us, especially politicians. Heaven help us. Talk about the peasants feeling insecure. Every drama we've seen, I figured it out. The people feel unseen, I have no clout. Every politician full of shit. Even the most spirited person has had enough of this shit. What an example, damn hurtful, the elite at play. People feel betrayed today. All of my enthusiasm has gone astray. Damn own self-interest at play. People feel every institution betrayed us. Talk about the peasants feeling insecure. Every drama we've seen, I've figured it out. The people feel unseen, I have no clout. Every politician full of shit. Even the most spirited person has had enough of this shit. What an example, damn hurtful, the elite at play. People feel betrayed today. All of my enthusiasm has gone astray. Damn own self-interest at play. People feel every institution betrayed us. People feel betrayed today. All of my enthusiasm has gone astray. Damn own self-interest at play. People feel every institution betray us.